How is it going, you lovely lot? Welcome back to Tokyo Rising. I've made your way all weekend for this, but today we are back with a National Regional League stage where we are in Group C, and if we can top this group, we make it to the final stage of promotion to the JFL. Saying all of that, though, of course, it's not going to be an easy task because we are now down to the 12 best teams in non-league Japanese football fighting out for these spots. Asuka, Tokoha University, and J-Lease are the three teams in our league, and, well, we're playing them all today, and as you can see over here on the club profile screen, we're playing them back to back to back. Yeah, Japan is mental. We play 3 games in 3 days. I don't think any other league in Football Manager does this. This is how it works in real life, this competition. Essentially, the group we're playing in is a weekend league, and it starts today on Friday as we take on a university team, and I know we have a curse. Top our group here will be the best second place team. We make it down to the last 4. It's going to be a monumental task. We've surpassed all expectations this year. Let's see if we can keep it going today, shall we? How are you lovely lot doing? I hope you had a lovely weekend. Hopefully, if you checked out the video on Friday showcasing the database and how to set it all up, you were able to set it all up and start your own save game in Japan. If you haven't seen that video, you should go back and watch it. Since last episode, we have played a decent chunk of football. Of course, we have had the KSL Ichihara Cup, which is essentially a cup competition for the local teams within Kanto. You can see here we are playing in it. Tokyo United, the previous champions, out in the group stage. We actually drew against them in our opening game of this competition. We then managed to win 3-0 and 4-1 against teams in the league below us, and as a result of Tokyo United in fact losing one of those games and our better goal difference, we topped our group. And whilst this isn't the most important competition in the world, it's a competition that it'd be good to go in a little run in. It'd be good to get some prize money, boost the reputation by winning it. Particularly pleasing as well, you can see here Otter, the Otter, yeah, not the Beaver, 4 goals in 3 games of this competition. He's looked very, very good. Now those games that we just played were spaced out a little bit, and the last one happened over a week ago, so we've had a week basically to prepare for this absolutely insane thing. I mean, you've seen it in the title. It looks like a bug in the database, doesn't it, when you see it? But this is genuinely how it works in Japan, and we are doing all 3 matches today. Now, it's worth noting as well, all these competition games take place at neutral venues. There will be no away days today, and elsewhere in our group, Asuka won their first game. We play them in our second game of the group stage. So we're going to hope we can beat them. In their first game, you can see here, they beat J-Lease 3-2. They were the better team. Although saying that, J-Lease sending off after 6 minutes. Imagine playing through the season that we've just played through and then having it undone by a sending off 6 minutes in. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the J-Lease manager. So in terms of team news for us, the only player unavailable for the first game today is Hattori. He is suspended. Naturally, Football Manager isn't really designed, is it, to play 3 games in 3 days? I'm a little bit concerned about our player fitness. There are a couple of players missing match sharpness as well who have been coming back from injury. Fukumoto, you can see here, fitness test not required. Ida, maximum of 45 minutes for him. I feel like I have to play Ida because he has been one of our best centre mids, but his injuries as of late have been a little bit of a concern. I feel like we've not really reflected on our team in the opening 18 games of the league season. Of course, there's been the cup competitions that we've been involved in as well. In terms of the top goal scorer, unsurprising perhaps, it is Genya Handa. This guy has been absolutely sensational, hasn't he, so far this year? 10 goals in 16 in the league. Only 2 player of the matches, so he doesn't tend to be the match winner for us, but he's just a really reliable source of goals. Wouldn't surprise you really to know that Yuichi Otter, who joined us only last episode, has the highest rating, although from a sample size of 8 games, I'm not going to get too carried away about that, especially because some of those were in that previous cup competition. There's the regional one that no one really cares about, but a player with the second highest rating in the team is Fukumoto. Remember when I thought he was going to be the striker for us at the start of the year? He's played there a little bit, but he never really shone. But when you look at his actual kind of contributions here and his match rating, it's very healthy. And if we just go back to his player profile here, I think it's pretty evident that when he's played at right mid, he has had a far better game. Yes, we've not really struggled for goals this year, but creativity-wise, occasionally we have been caught lacking. Yuga here has definitely done that at right mid. 3 assists in 5 games. We are the late kickoff today, so we're going to get straight into this match. In terms of the team, I'm going to go with this team here. Ataki holds down his spot in goal. Goalkeeping-wise, I'm not really happy with any of our options, but he's done the job for us. Mitsuhashi has moments of brilliance and moments of stupidity. honestly. I do think he could be a really good right back. Easy to forget he's only 20 years old. He is signed for the next year, and well, he is just a very, very good fullback option for us at right back. At left back, Aoki, I think, has been the best member of our defence, in all honesty. 6 assists, 1 goal, 6.96 match rating. He is a memer, isn't he? Centre-back wise, of course, Kim, who loves to take a free kick, or all of the free kicks. He's been very good at centre-back. I mean, look at his match rating there. Really, really impressive from him. 2 goals and 2 assists in the league season thus far. Kajiyama, the one member of our defensive back four outside of Ataki and goal, who is a Tokyo 23 player at the start of the save game. He's been kind of reliable in that spot. I say kind of reliable. You can see here he's actually signed a contract for the next 2 years already. Definitely view the 24-year-old as part of our long-term plans. Not the best player in the air or when it comes to his pace, but still a good, reliable player. In the midfield, I talked about Ida a little bit. He's had lots of issues with injuries. Sawa, on the other hand, has kind of done a good job as the ball-winning midfielder. Defensive midfielders in Football Manager really don't get that good of ratings. He has done absolutely fine. Matsumoto, when he's fit, is great, but when you look at his injuries so far this year, for the last 3 months, he has suffered injury after injury after injury. The good news is he's fit today. I'm going to hope it stays that way. Hattori, of course, who can play on the left or right, is suspended, and, well, he probably wouldn't have started anyway, because we have Fukumoto, who's looked very good at right mid. He, of course, has been demoted to that position with the arrival of Otter, a player who I think is going to be absolutely sensational for us. In fact, on our club profile screen here, he is now listed as our key player. 20 years old. He's on a deal for the next 2 years as well. It's very early days. It's looking like £11,000 well spent. And alongside him, you've already seen it, Handa starts up top goal scorer in all competitions. Hopefully he can chip in with a few today. So of course, we are in Group C of the National Regional Leagues. The winners of the 3 National Regional groups and the best second place team go into a final group of 4 teams. Just as a reminder, that would be the final qualifying stage to make it to the JFL, the 4th tier. The winner of that group stage goes up automatically. Second place in that final group of 4 has to go into a promotion relegation game. Of course, we have a university curse to contend with. The fact we're playing a university team in our first game scares me slightly. And while we're already coming up to half an hour played here, nothing has happened. 10 minutes left of the first half. Maybe that is going to change here. Goal kick taken by us. Falls straight to Saito, who, if I'm not mistaken, is one of their best players. When we looked through the kind of key players of all these different sides we're coming up against, they have some great players. We have some great players too, but you wouldn't know it based on Ida's shot there. That was tragic. Sauer with the ball, pings it forward towards Handa, who takes it down expertly. He's got Otter in the middle to aim for, and well, I'll tell you what, that deflects off the defender and very nearly weaseled its way in. It has been partially dealt with, although Aoki is going to be taking this corner. He's going to whip it in, try and assist it. Headed it away by them. I have a sneaking suspicion we're going in at the break here, 0-0. Unless Matsumoto, can he do Matsumoto things? He gives it to Handa, who's offside. It doesn't count. Half-time, 0-0. On the one hand, we're not losing, and across a big league season, that's good. But when you've got a sample size of 3 games in a group of 4 to make your mark, you really can't afford to drop, well, any games, theoretically, if you have to finish top in the group. We already know that Asuka have won their first game, so a draw here puts you on the back foot very early on. And knowing that we play them in our next game, it could be a case of losing the second game of today's episode means that we can't go up, and maybe, by a miracle, if we were to be the best second place team, we scrape in. Saying all of that, we might have a chance here. Oh my word, Tomoya Sawa. I said he doesn't do a lot from defensive mid. He's then gone and done that. Of all the teams we do have to play in our group stage, I think this is the easiest game. We've not made easy work of it, but a moment of brilliance is going to put our noses ahead. That was a lovely effort. Tokoha playing the ball out from the back nicely. 25 minutes left of this game. I suppose the other thing to consider is how much rotation do you do? Knowing that we have a game tomorrow, do I need to rest up the players? Do I need to make subs early at the risk of throwing away a result here? Like I said, this is the potentially most winnable game of all the games that we've got. I know that our next game is against the team who won their opening game of the group stage as well. So the next game, the winner of it, really is going to be in pole position, assuming we hold on here. But maybe I really shouldn't count my chickens before they hatch. Handa, though, nice little touch out his feet. Lays it inside Ida. Handa, difficult angle, should get a shot away. Doesn't need to. Gives it to Ida. They had a little game of pig in the middle, and it's ended up with a ball in the back of the net. We invited them forward. You can see just how many players they had committed to the attack. We were able to get in behind, and it was Ida and Handa just having a little game of keep away. Lovely finish at the end of it. Fairly straightforward. 2-0. I'm going to make subs now. I'm feeling good. I was told that Ida should only play half the game. He's just got a goal, so I think it's fine. But I will now take him off. I'm going to bring in Suzuki as well and give Otter a rest. Elsewhere, you know what? Takahashi on for Sour. I feel like at this point now, the job is done. I want to rest some of the big guns for the game tomorrow. Because Asuka only won by 1 goal against J-Lease as well, I believe we are technically now top of the group. Goal difference could be important to be the best second place team, so we need to make sure we get the job done as Suzuki heads it just over. And well, are we going to live to regret that miss? I hope not. There's 22 minutes left here. The time is slipping away. The time is ticking away, but I suppose it's in our favour for it to keep moving quickly. That said, if they get 1 back, suddenly I am going to be clock watching, and that should never go in, should it? That should never go. That is shocking by Otaki. Irrespective of what happens this year, shopping list involves a goalkeeper. What was this? This isn't even a good effort, is it, by Mitsuhashi for them? It's a P-roller that's ended up in the back of the net. You know what? I'm going to shout demand more. We need to focus up. We've been dominating this game. We've been controlling this game. I have made 4 subs, to be fair, because I was thinking about the next game, thinking the job's done here. If they now go and get another goal back, suddenly is problematic. That said, we are on the attack here. Suzuki, Moriyama, 2 of the subs linking up, and Handa puts it in. Moriyama with the assist. I bigged up Handa's goal scoring before the game. He's turned up with another here. Suzuki won a really nice towering header there, and then Moriyama back to Suzuki, back to Moriyama, who of course left university, you might remember, to join us at the start of the year. Lovely pass in. The finish, another one by Handa. I feel like Handa has the finesse shot trait. Every shot he puts in just tends to have a little bit of curve on it. Jashima maybe with a chance to put their cherry on top of the cake. 3-1 up. This game is done. There's less than 3 minutes left of this game. Could we add another? Kim heads it in for his 6th of the year. Believe it's his 3rd in the league. And crucially, 4-1 is doing our goal difference a load of favours. And that goal there is going to wrap things up here. 1 game down, 1 win done. And the next game is tomorrow. I hate the fact we have games so many kind of back-to-back. I feel like Football Manager isn't designed for this, but you know what? It's what we have to deal with. I feel like I need to rest the players now. I don't know if it's going to make a difference. And also, Kim is suspended. Our star centre-back not available for perhaps the biggest game of the season. Well, you know what? I'm going to rest up the players anyway. Asuka we take on tomorrow. Whoever wins this next game is basically going to have 1 hand on the next knockout round. 6 points from 2 games for whoever wins it. As a little reminder, in the Kansai League Division 1, they were champions. They only lost 2 games as well. This next game's going to be tough. Let's see if we can make it another win, shall we? I'll tell you what, if there's one man I feel sorry for at the moment, it's Tyra, our head physio. He must be having absolute kittens watching players play day after day at the moment. Not fun for him. Only a little bit of team news here. Ida, still only fit enough to play 45 minutes. That is in terms of team news when it comes to fitness. We've, of course, got a suspension to deal with. Before we talk about that, let's talk about this, because J-Lease and Tokoha, 2 teams who didn't win their opening games of the group stage, in fact, they both lost, have drawn against one another. That is pretty much the worst result possible for them and the best result possible for us. Because now looking at Group C here, whoever wins this next game between ourselves and Asuka is guaranteed to be in, well, top spot on 6 points and unable to drop below 2nd. Anyway, you know what? I don't want to think about being the 2nd best team. I want to be the best team. We want to top our group. If we're going to do that, we have to do it without Kim today. He is suspended for the game. Kawada is the man I'm going to have to bring in. There is such a big discrepancy between these 2 players. Kawada, I promise, is our 3rd best centre-back. He's not actually that often on our bench just because Maeda's more versatile, but in this situation here, we're going to bring him on at right centre-back. Mitsuhashi is also struggling for fitness in this game, so you know what? I am going to bring in Maeda as well. Obviously, we've got another game in a day's time, and whilst fitness is a concern, I don't want to over-rotate things. We will have to make subs in the game. That's inevitable. But at the same time, I don't like Mitsuhashi's fitness there. It just doesn't feel worth the risk. I am looking at the rest of the team thinking, is there any other positions where I maybe want to rotate things? Just rest up some players, but it's too big a game to do that in. Okay, Asuka, they are playing a 4-4-2. The one player with a face in their team is Myung Chol. He is a Japanese player. He's quite quick, isn't he? In fact, he's very good. He can play at striker or centre-back. They're playing him at centre-back today. And by the way, their key player for this game in Ryota is injured. I don't want to say this too loudly, we really should potentially be winning this game from here. Okay, no early highlights just yet, although we are going to have the first of the game here. Handa to Ida to Sauer. The centre mid's linking up. Kawada sliding at right back today. A bit of an audition for him, perhaps, to extend his current contract at the club. Fukumoto on the right-hand side, the number 10, crossing it in superbly, and Matsumoto, he can score from 40 yards out. He will never score a header from 2 yards out. Ida, on the other hand, he can score goals. He can make magic happen. His free kick hits the woodwork, and it's going to be scrambled away by them. It is a flurry of highlights all of a sudden in this game. We went from no highlights in 15 minutes to our third in the matter of 2 minutes. They've cleared it away here, only as far as Aoki, the left-back, who's now going to step forward with it. He's going to cross it in, and I tell you what, their keeper was nearly cut out. That nearly somehow ended up in the back of the net. Halfway through this first half, they've not had a shot yet in this game. We're having a lot of possession as well. I promise you, I can show you here. We're still playing our sit-deep system. I am surprised we're having as much the ball as we are. Given the fact that we are having that little bit much more of the ball, I'm actually going to move our players up slightly. You know what? I thought after 15 minutes, nothing's happened. Suddenly, we're many more highlights later, and we're not even half an hour in. They're on the attack here. Their hander. They have their own hander. It's the battle of the handers. I want to say ours is better, but actually Ataki made a massive save there to tip it over. They have got a corner. So many players committed in the box. Uryu is going to take it for them, and he's going to take it short. Back now with them. Hander with a hander action. The guy we looked at centre-back shoots on range. The header towards goal. Maeda, diving header. Why am I so nervous here? Can you tell that in the commentary? I feel like I'm rapping quickly. I'm talking quickly. I need to relax. We want a good corner. That wasn't the good corner, but Otter is there. And of all the players in our team, Otter can make magic happen. He can also kick it straight into their goalkeeper's hands. 34 minutes gone. Still plenty of football left to be played here. The deadlock has not yet been broken. It could be broken here as they're now on the attack. Handa, Nakina, Katayama at right mid for them. Gives it back to Kakuda. He goes back to centre-back, and they're having the ball here in a dangerous area. It's dinked forward. Kawada clears it away. Kind of course. Kawada slotting in. Not the best defensive clearance ever. Uryu now at left-back for them, looking to bring it forward into a dangerous area. Shinohara, Uryu, players in the middle. Handa is there for them. Handa scores. There's a flag up on the far side. I'll tell you what, the officials at this level, I love them when they make the decision for us, which feels like that happens more often than not. I suppose given the style of play that we play where we sit deep, naturally there's a higher chance of us conceding goals that are disallowed. We've dealt with one. That one, though, is not going to be disallowed. That is Shimohata making it 1-0. I think that first disallowed goal, it was a little bit of a warning to us, wasn't it? We didn't heed that warning. And at right back, is it Maeda? Is that Maeda there? I know it's Maeda. Didn't mark his man, didn't challenge the air. They take the lead. Looking at the stats in this game, we've been very, very good. We've had a decent amount of the ball by our own standards. We're not normally a team in possession, but possession doesn't win you matches. Goals do. And whilst we have this moral victory of the XG story being in our favour, we were not good in that second half of the first half. We need to be better in the next 45. Going to demand a bit more from the players, but going to step it up. Ida with the ball in midfield, lays it back to Fukumoto. We do not want to lose the ball there. Shimohata gets it, and now they're playing it forward towards their hander. Kawada clears it away poorly. The ball is in the box. Ataki saves it, I think, against the crossbar. Crucially, it's not gone in. I'm not enjoying this game. I think I'm going to drop deep again, you know. I might live to regret it, but I feel like it's worked so well for us this year. I've changed it. Hasn't really worked in our favour. Feels like it's something counterintuitive to do, given the fact that we're chasing this game. I'm going to bring on some fresh legs in the wide area. Handa has been poor today for us, so I'm going to bring in Suzuki. Maeda's on a booking at right back. Mitsuhashi I dropped, I'm going to bring in. I was told to only play Ida for 45 minutes, but I need to save a sub, so he's going to have to stay on the pitch at least for now, and we're going to hope it's going to be fine. There is half an hour left to try and rescue a result here. Mitsuhashi at right back, throws it down to Shimizu. Ida now with the ball for us, holding it up nicely, lays it to Sauer, edge of the box, could shoot, does shoot. The captain can't hit the target. That was a bit of a waste, really. What I will say is, since we've made our changes, the match momentum is swinging back in our favour. We've got another chance here. Chishima to whip it in. And that's off the post. We're getting closer, but there's only 15 minutes left. I don't recall doing this at any point this year. I've got to move players forward. I feel like maybe early on in the year, I was doing this in a live commentary. We need to get the ball forward more quickly. We're already doing that kind of a lot. In transition, I know that I want to sit back and defend, but at this point, I've got to get the ball forward. We can't afford to sit and wait for stuff to happen. We have to press. We have to earn the ball back. Change up our game. I know I'm going to be leaving us exposed in the middle, but it's kind of just a risk that has to be done. Asking for a lot from Sauer and Ida. You know what? I am actually going to make the last change here and just bring in Moriyama for some fresh legs. 5 minutes left. We need a goal. I'm going to go to very attacking. There is desperation here as Asuka. They are still just clinging on. They've not done a lot in this game. It's not been a particularly entertaining game in terms of highlights and chances and things happening. It's 1-0. Usually we're the team winning like this, and in this game here, we've just not been able to break them down, but maybe that could change at the death. Suzuki, number 22, gives it to Otta, gives it to Shishima, and their keeper makes another save. I know we've hit the woodwork on at least one occasion. Their keeper's made a load of saves. We've got 2 minutes left here. The keeper is forward. Ataki's in the box. It's not going to find him. It's going to be a goal kick. And I hate to say it, that, my friends, is going to be that. Asuka FC win. Their goalkeeper gets man of the match with an 8.1 rating. He is actually a very good goalkeeper as well, isn't he? I'm just going to compare him with Ataki. How much better than Ataki is he? He's not actually that much better. Well, why can't you do that, Ataki? So with that result there, we find ourselves down in second place. Our final game is against J-Lease, who going into the group stage, I would have argued are the best team, at least on paper. Nobe here is their key man. He's a very, very good player who's great creativity-wise, but also goal-scoring-wise. It's going to be a tough task, I think, to keep these guys quiet, but off a disappointing start to things for them. They drew one game, they've lost one. 4 points probably isn't going to get you the best second-place team. 6 points for us might be enough. So with that in mind, going to get to tomorrow, take on J-Lease, get a win, and hope that we're the second-best team. But this game here hurts. I feel like we've just lost our chance at promotion. Just when you think this mental group stage can't get any more crazy, this happens. Tokoha University 2, Asuka 1. Had Asuka won this, they were up. They were through. I didn't even realise this was the earlier game. Look at the player fitness for both teams. There's a lot of red hearts there, isn't there? Football Manager really doesn't like players playing 3 days in a row. But that earlier game has now opened up an opportunity for us. I mean, J-Lease, if they win, they could end up on 4 points. Would that make them one of the best second-place teams? Looking at things here, Fukui United got 4 points. Okay, there's a team here already with 6 points as the second-best team. So if we want to make things happen here, we have to win. I mean, that was always the task, really. A win here, we would go above Asuka. Asuka, I think, would not make it through as the best second-place team because Veros Kronos have 6 points and a +2 goal difference. This whole stage is absolutely mental, isn't it? We take on J-Lease, win, and we're into the next round. Lose or draw, we're not going up. And back to the Kanto Division 1 we go. Now, I did rest up players between games, and actually, when you look at the Hearts, they're not as bad as I thought they would be. Maybe all the rotation I've been doing game to game has finally come to fruition. Kim, however, is fit for today's game. He's going to come in at centre-back. I have to wonder how different would the game have been if he were available. Elsewhere, Hattori, I'm going to move back onto the bench. I think he might have actually been available for the last game, and I forgot about him. So I've remembered about him now. But in terms of the team, I don't really want to change things up. I feel like we've played quite well so far in this competition, although I will make sure Mitsuhashi's in a right back. Okay, into this game we go. J-Lease. I mean, it could be J-Lease. It's probably J-Lease. I feel like it makes it sound like they just loan players from the J-League teams, doesn't it, J-Lease? I've noticed with Japanese football team names, they're not really named after places. There's some weird teams in the group stages, isn't there? I think there's a team called Sky Earth, for example. Like, the names don't really make any sense. I mean, no disrespect to the people of Takachi Sky Earth, but Sky Earth, it's just not a very good name. Also, I've just noticed their league history here. Look how many times they've won the regional league over the years in Hokkaido, but then never made it through the playoffs. Imagine winning your regional league 5 years in a row and just not going up. I mean, we've done it 1 year and I could be annoyed if we don't go up this year. If I'm stuck in this tier for 5 years like this, I probably will be having breakdowns by season 5. I know there's one of you out there, you messed up people thinking, that sounds really good, I hope that happens. If you're thinking that, I hope you stand on Lego and it really hurts. I kind of wish I'd had the live recording when I realised Asuka had lost to the university team. It was just something that I wasn't entirely expecting. So I wasn't ready for it, but it happened. But, well, we need to capitalise on it. We're not going to do it if they score like that. Nobbe, their key man, I knew he was good. He scored immediately. The worst thing about all of this is that this team have not yet won a game in the group stage. They've lost one and drawn one, and here they are in a game that doesn't mean anything for them. If they win this, they're not going to go up. They're not going to play in the next stage. They've still gone ahead. They're going to make things difficult today. Right, Kim, you're back in the team. You're over free kicks. He's laying it to Sauer. Hander. I don't believe a draw's enough. In fact, I know a draw's not enough. So we need at least 2 goals in this game. Otter, I need you to deliver. That is hit the woodwork. I feel I've hit the post a lot today. They've taken the lead in this game. We have to fight back. Ida through the middle. He can play more than 45 minutes today. He is now off the chain. He is released. I don't want to say he released the Kraken there, but that was not a Kraken being released. It was like a worm. It was a garden worm he's thrown at them there. It was a P-roller of a shot. Easily saved. We do have the corner still. We have some big meaty men. Sadly, the meaty men cannot get a header of meaning on target. I don't want to sound bitter. Did you see the match stats there? They've had 1 shot and it's gone in. It's been one of those games. We need a breakthrough. Could it come here? The ball's whipped in towards the back post. We can't get it in. Mitsuhashi is going to collect the pieces. He pings it to the back post and Fukumoto heads it over. After the last game where their goalkeeper got man of the match, I'm now looking at this thinking, is it really going to be another one of those? The worst thing here is we have to win, and we're definitely not winning at the moment. Things are getting serious because I'm putting my hands together. Show me something different in the second half. Otter, look, Yuichi, I big you up so much, mate. You are letting me down right now. That said, I'm going to keep him on the pitch. Suzuki, I'm going to bring on at halftime. Elsewhere, I'm going to take off Fukumoto for Hattori. I'm looking at the players tied in our team thinking some of you I want to take off, but just don't really have the capacity to do it. Kim is on a 6.4, but Kim on a 6.4, I still feel like is better than Kawada. I'm going to make 2 changes for now, but at some point in this game, I am going to have to go attacking if it remains 1-0. Kim now with it for us. Of course, an early second half goal would be the order of the day. Otter through the middle, 1 man in the middle to aim for. It's going to be Suzuki. Can Otter maybe pick him out? Players in support. Ida is one of them. His shot is blazed over. I'll tell you what, this game is highlight after highlight after highlight. Sadly, on this occasion, it's them bringing it forward. The ball's whipped in. Aoki clears it away. And then Matsumoto, you womble of the Cocks. He's putting a tackle, the Cockwomble. He's given away a penalty. And now it's Wada with it for them to give J-Lease a 2-goal lead. I'm looking at Ataki. I'm hoping for a miracle. It's not come. It's 2-0 J-Lease. Are we about to finish bottom of our group if things stay as they are? Or third? I think we might actually be finishing bottom of the group if things stay as they are, which would be really, really depressing. Just checking. Yeah, if things stay as they are, we'd be bottom of the group. Bottom of the group. I'm fine. Right, Matsumoto, you've given away a penalty. Hattori's on a booking as well. Hattori, by the way, walking yellow card. 6 yellow cards from right back, this bloke. No idea what he's doing. Aoki, get on attack. Mitsuhashi, get on attack. Elsewhere, I mean, I've made a few changes already. I'm going to change, actually, the wing-backs. They are the players most tired on the pitch. I have one more change if I want to make it. Ida's having a great game, but he is so tired here. I'm going to bring in Moriyama. I feel like at this point, I've just kind of got to do a roll of the dice and just throw men forward and hope it sticks. So that is exactly what I'm going to do here. Oh, they've had 3 shots on this game. They've had 3 shots. They're 2-0 up. I mean, one of them was a penalty as well, and one of them was just an absolute banger. Now, I'm taking some mad risks throwing players forward, knowing we're leaving ourselves open, but we have to score 3 goals. A draw is not enough here. We need to win. Otter with a chance to maybe, I was going to say, make something happen. He's run straight into his own player, and now we have to build from the back again. Chishima plays it forward. Sato, Matsumoto, the left mid, crosses it towards the back post. Suzuki is there! And Suzuki has maybe opened up the door for a comeback. It's his 10th goal of the year. He's 190 centimetres tall. I don't know if I've mentioned that enough. 190 centimetres of Japanese meat at the back post. The ball was whipped to him. He leapt high. Difficult header, but he got something on it. And maybe a route back into this game, but still a lot to do. Okay, we've got a goal, and then immediately there's another highlight a minute later. I'm starting to believe. I'm starting to dream. Matsumoto, you gave away the penalty. Mate, you've got to make up for things here. You can score some bangers. I'd rather he doesn't waste it with a shot from range, but that ball there to Suzuki is sublime. No one really to aim for in the middle here. He's going to have to hold it well. Matsumoto could shoot, doesn't shoot, lays it to Hattori, who goes down in a heap. It's a penalty. And they scored a penalty. Now we have a penalty. It's going to be Kim over it, the centre-back. He's on a 6.3 rating. I can't watch. Please score, Kim. It's 2-2. It's 2-2. Okay, everyone remain calm. Say it with me. Remain calm. Breathe. I feel like at this point I want to move players back. I feel like I don't, whilst we need another goal, we don't need to be quite as attacking. So just to verify here, if we win, we'd go above Asuka and top the group on goal difference. A draw is not going to be enough because you can see here the team second in Group B have 6 points and they've already finished their game. I can't think of any other league in the world of football where this kind of situation happens, where you've got 3 groups of 4 and as a result of that you get these ridiculous circumstances that we find ourselves in here, where we could top the group or finish bottom of the group in the final game. Otter is bringing it forward. He's gone down in a heap. We've got another penalty. Their player's injured as well. The penalty is going to be taken by Kim. He's already got one. I couldn't look for the first one underneath the Pikachu shirt. I'm going to watch this one. Kim, please score it. Okay. Okay. There's just, I don't want to get carried away. It's also quite late and my girlfriend's sleeping in the room next door. But we're winning 3-2. Kim steps up. The number 4 scores. We were bottom of the group 10 minutes ago. Now we find ourselves top of it. I'm just going to demand more for the players. Do more of the same. I might live to regret this. I'm going to tell the players to lower the tempo and I'm up in the time wasting to try and see this game out. Let's just hold on to the ball. Let's sit deep. Let's just try and see it out. He says there's a highlight beginning. I've made the tactical changes and immediately there's a highlight. Why does this fill me with dread? My Ada at right back, just get it away from danger. Don't do anything silly. That will do me. Ball is cleared away. Lowered the tempo and everything just to try and hold on to the ball for what's left here. Let's be sensible. Moriyama, Suzuki, lays it wide to Tsushima, the left back, stepping up with the ball heroically here. Options in the middle. He goes down in a heap. For a second, I was expecting a third penalty this game for us. Probably unjust to expect that at this point. Tsushima, though, does still have the ball. He's going to lay it wide to Maeda. The right back steps forward with it. Options in the middle. Otter is one of them. That, my friends, is going to book us a spot in the final 4. We were bottom of the group in the 59th minute. 30 minutes later, we are top of it. We are flying. We are into the last 4 promotion battle. And I'm relieved. I think is the best way to phrase that. I'm relieved. 6 minutes of added time. We've dominated this game. Had we not won this game, it would be one of the most unjust things I think I've ever experienced in Football Manager. We have been so good in this game, adapting our game, managing the game to perfection, it has to be said. And, well, we could still cap it off with another. Suzuki through the middle. He makes it 5-2. And suddenly the game looks like it was never in doubt. Which is cool, that's great, but I'll tell you what, I wish we could have played this well sooner and been this clinical sooner. Suzuki on off the bench, by the way, 7.8 rating for him. He's been sensational. Moriyama on a 7.0. Tsushima at left-back's been great, as has Maeda on a 7.7. I feel like the subs have won us this game. Today's episode has been one of the most stressful episodes ever of Football Manager. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've pissed off all the players by accident with the team talk. If you have enjoyed things, go down below, leave a like. We finish ahead of Asuka, and with that, we qualify for the final championship. Who else is in the final championship with us? You can see it here. It's going to be Veros Kronos, who are the best second place team. Shibuya City, I should say, reading's hard, are in this competition as well. They've got a South Korean player as their key man. He's very good, isn't he? And the final team is FC La Universidad de Sendai. They're a university team. Who's their key player? Show me what I've got to deal with here. Mitsuru Morita. I mean, he looks good. Can I sign him? I probably can't afford him, can I? Yeah, £26,000. Can't afford that. Sour credits to the team talk. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back. Good management. Into the final 4. The top team of this group stage. They will win. They will win a spot in the next division. The team who finishes second will play in a relegation playoff. Absolute madness today. Those regional games, by the way, are scheduled for in 10 days' time. I know what we're coming back for tomorrow. I'm a little bit conflicted because on the one hand, I really don't want to get promoted year one, having bigged up how hard it is to be promoted. And yet to do it with Tokyo 23 in the first year would be an absolutely insane achievement if we could pull it off. That said, despite the gauntlet we've run so far, the toughest games of the season are yet to come. I hope you're ready for them next time. If you have got to the end of today's video, go below the video. Let me know your favourite Pokemon. Besides that, while you're down there, leave a like. We're back same time and place as always. I will see you guys then. It's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.